on.
Oh,
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming and giving me this opportunity to introduce myself and how I got into Juice Plus. So I know Melissa. Melissa had something like a year ago, I think. Um,
fire
I'm not
cider.
sure what was it? What were we making?
Fire cider.
Yes. So I went to her house, and I don't know who said something about being able to focus all day and get things done. And I'm like, I'm struggling with this. So Melissa introduced me to this from Juice Plus, Luminate. And I'm a very skeptical person. I do not believe something if I don't try it, if I don't see it. Okay. And I don't like to just spend my money on things. So Melissa gave me 2 packs of this. And I have to say, um, I poured half of it in my bottle. And that day I got things done and I didn't even know how I got them done. I kid you not, I'm serious. So I texted her and I said, I want to order this. And I got it from her. Now, I'm at fault because I don't use it a lot, but like today, I know I had so many things to do and I got so much done because I took 1 pack, I poured half of it in this, and I got so much done. That's how I started with Luminate. Now, then we were talking about the vitamins, and my son does not eat good fruits and vegetables. He only eats like 600 meals that I cook for him. And so he doesn't get all the nutrition that he needs. And I like to always give him something natural. And since I was able to get and get his for free, so I figured, hey, I like the free spot and he likes gummies. And so I ordered and I started with this company and I am very happy so far. That's my story. And I'm always very cautious on what I give Elio. I don't just go out there and get him just anything that anyone recommends. I really look into it. And I did look into Juice Plus. And when I talked to Rauya, and she's like, oh, I've been buying from Juice Plus for the longest time. And I'm like, oh, and that gave me more because I know my sister. She's very particular on what she gets also. She's like me. Thank you.
Thank you. Ralia, do you
Yeah.
have something do you want to share?
Yeah. So I started so I met the one lady and I'm at a birthday party. I am talking 8, 9 years ago. My daughter was 5 maybe. And she's the one who introduced me to this and I tried it. The gummies, I was getting it for them. But I mean, I've got it for them for the longest time until now that they are older, they were just complaining. They don't want it. They don't. So after like I think I just stopped getting it like a year ago, the gummies, because they're telling me no, and I'm ending up like I end up taking them. And so for the gummies, yes, when they were little, I gave it to them all the time, and I got all three, the berries, the other one, the red, the veggies, the berries, and the fruit, all three. And I know one of them is like you get it separately, but I always got them all three, and I gave it to them every single day, and they got used to it. So the taste for me was good. It's but a little bit different. So once they got used to it, they were just taking it. But as they got older, like now, they're just they were telling me no, and then it started to like stay, last too long. So I'd stop getting it for them. My other story. So at that time, also I got the Omega. Yeah, so that one I also liked. I think I tried almost all the products. But what else do they have? So the main thing that I really buy right now all the time, and I don't run out of it, is the Luminate. That's one. So
Oh,
once they came with that product, like I really tried it from the first time, and it's the same impression that Ghada had. Like the first time I got it, I was like, the first time I tried it, I thought it was wow, alert.
Very,
And
yes.
yeah, I still like I don't use it. I don't take it every single day, but I do take it like twice, three times a week. And I also got the other new product, the pack that's like I forgot the names of them, and I'm not
Superfood.
ready for this. Superfood, yes. So
Superfood.
Yeah.
that one, yes. I use it like maybe also two, three times a week. It depends on how my body feels, but I don't go 1 week without them. This is for sure.
That's
The,
awesome. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
uh, but the shake is the main thing that I would never run out of. The others I could live without. The shake is the one that I would never ever run out of, and I'll tell you why. Because before I was taken the shake, you'd always have that tiredness feeling. And I've had it for years, and I remember, but once I started to take the shake, it's like a change. I don't feel tired, and it's been like 8, 9 years that I don't feel tired, and I am pretty sure it's because of the shake. Because when I run out and I go a week and a half without it, that tiredness feeling come back, in which like at the end of the day, I just want to lay on the sofa and not move. So, so this shake is the main thing. And a year or 2 years ago, my daughter started to say, "I feel tired," um, and so on, and those things. And she looks tired. She doesn't want to do anything. And I know the feeling on the inside that you don't want to move. And so not every day, but at least 4 to 5 times a week, I put the shake in her milk, and she drinks it in the morning. But ever since, like, the first few times I had to force her because she didn't like the taste. And I just kept saying, "You're going to get used to it. You're going to get used to it." And every time now she starts to feel tired, she goes, "Mom, give me, can you give me the shake?" Because she noticed that when she's like, let's say she had a full day of things, she had activities. She went to her friend's house. A lot of things that she was doing in one day. Like she noticed that when she took the shake, she felt good. She had the energy, and she was in a good mood.
I love
I
that.
I can, yeah. So it helps her, and usually now I just take it like 4 or 5 times a week. I'm skipping because like I make it for her in the morning, but sometimes like I don't make for me, and then the day go by and then I forget. But usually 4 to 5 times a week. But for sure, for me, the shake is something that I would have at home all the time, for her and for me both.
Well,
And
that's
I make it,
awesome. Thank
yeah,
you.
I mix it with milk, and I use like the hand mixer quickly, so there's not even dishes or anything. It's a quick way to make it, and that's it. That's all from me.
Thank you. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen. We have a couple of slides, nothing long.
Hmm.
But I love that you shared genuinely, and that's what Gada and I really wanted to do tonight because Jay Judd, that's my sister.
Yeah.
She's up in my corner. But I got my products from her, and she would always say to me, are you ready? And I'm like, no, 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 because it's hard for me to make new habits. So, I love that you're sharing that. All right, guys, does that look okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see that thing? You can see just the slide.
No, we can
We
see
see the
everything.
side.
How do I get rid of the side?
Press the play button.
No,
No, don't press no.
Oh, okay.
no, we every time I hit play, it messes up.
But the
Um,
slide is clear.
Yeah, the slide is fine.
We can
So,
read it.
there we go.
there you
Okay,
go.
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay, so I'm going to get started. Okay, so the biggest thing with our healthy community is one simple change. Too often we try to make like lots of changes at one time, especially now in the beginning of the year, and we just can't keep up. And then we fall off. And if you're like me, then you're like the worst thing in the world because you didn't make a new habit. So good health can look like lots of things. Is it healthier eating, which we already started talking about? Sleeping better. Sleep is really like your body literally like your cells restore while you're sleeping. Drinking more water. I got two waters next to me here, and more exercise. Again, always a challenge. Some people are better than others. I am just trying to move every day. We don't eat enough fruits and veggies in this country. Many, many reasons, but the majority of the US population consumes less than a cup of fruit and 1.5 cups of veggies daily. And this is where like Juice Plus came into my life. We're it's always changing, and now since they flipped the food pyramid, which, we're in a love-hate relationship with at the moment, we're supposed to get like 7 to 13 fruits and veggies every day. That's a lot. And we just learned last week during a heart health talk that we're supposed to get a variety of 30 fruits and veggies over the week. I don't know how
Mhm.
you do that if you don't keep track of them, but that's a lot. But that's where Juice Plus comes in, bridging the gap in what we should eat and what we do eat every day. It's not a replacement, it's just meant to fill in. So, who is Juice Plus? So, we are a leader in plant-based nutrition, committed to the science behind our products, mission-driven community, customer-centric. So, we always put the customer first. It's a proven business model and equal opportunities. And this company, I was a customer for a while, and I became a partner when I really started to realize like what it had done for me. And I'm a pharmacist, so as a pharmacist, like we're not going to cover much of the science tonight, but the science is what stood out to me and like why I recommend it to people because I really want people to be able to get off their medications if they can, if we hit the root cause. So these are the basics. We call this Juice Plus Essentials. So the red, green, purple, and the omega. So the red are the fruit, green are veggie, purple are berries, and the orange are the omegas that Rabia was telling us about. And everything is vegan and gluten free. And I won't go through this is what Kelly was saying. Jen's really good with this slide because she'll read through everything. But you are getting some of them are doubled, like you'll see cherry and lemon, but each blend has over 10 different fruits and veggies in it. And we don't eat this stuff every day. Like I don't know if I've ever eat, a cranberry or rice bran or elderberry. And it's just we're getting all this nutrition in our body. And what's interesting for me, I was thinking about this the other day because my car was due to be inspected. And I was like, inspections suck. Like you have to go pay for something and hopefully nothing's wrong, but you're paying for it anyway. And I was like, that's how my Juice Plus is. Like, you're going to hear some stories after me that are real transformation stories. I don't have one of those. Jen and I grew up eating healthy, exercising. Our dad had a garden. We always sat down for dinner, well-rounded meals, and we were always fit. And, I did have a hard time making it a habit in the beginning, but that's just my personality. But the funny thing is, I kept taking it. And growing up with a single mom, we always watched our money, yet I kept taking it and I kept paying for it. And it was a couple years later, I was like, what did this really do for me? And I know it changed my skin tone and my clarity. I was in my 30s and I needed medicine to go to the bathroom. You shouldn't need that. You should just be able to go from your food. And I had just like a sustained energy, kind of like what you get from Luminate that we'll talk about again. Just a basic sustained energy that didn't need to be caffeinated, didn't require junk food, and it was just really eye-opening. So what is the cost of better health? Kind of like my analogy with the car. But Juice Plus can easily fit into your budget. I think these points here are really neat, which is why I like to put it up. Juice Plus Essential Capsules everyday cost is less than a cup of coffee. You can't buy a cup of coffee somewhere for less than $4. Maybe McDonald's for $1. I'm not sure. Taking a daily serving of chewables costs about as much as a bag of chips. Drinking a shake costs roughly the same as a fast food breakfast sandwich. That's actually why I'm afraid to go to McDonald's for coffee because I'll be like, hash brown. But I'm going to pass it on to Kelly, who's going to share a story with us, and then Jen and Karen. And if anybody else wants to share at the end, we can keep the recording on or turn it off.
Um, can I
Yes,
just
ma'am, please.
welcome? I'm just gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
hi to Mona. She's my sister,
Hi, Mona.
and she's tuning in from Texas, Houston.
Mona's your
Hi,
sister
Mona.
too?
Yes,
Oh.
I'm one of seven. I'm one of
Oh,
six. Yeah, we're seven. Okay, so
I thought of you. I drove past Elias today on my way
okay.
home.
Sorry, Kelly, you can go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're
Thank
fine.
you.
I think we have a lot in common. A lot of us have been on like a health and wellness kind of journey for a while. I've been a health coach for a while and was actually presented Juice Plus in 2012. And I was presented the gummy. And it really wasn't presented to me in the way that it was a decade plus later. And I really wish it was. So I love that everyone's sharing different things because it's really important to hear all the different stories. But like Melissa just said, it's kind of like an insurance policy. It's kind of like you're filling the gaps. And we like to say it's just one simple change because we can't eat 30. Well, some of us might eat 30 different foods, plant foods each week. I mapped it out. I actually think I do. But it takes some mindset and like you got to count all the stuff. So rice and beans and all that stuff. But if you can't, or if you're trying to get there, this is one simple change that you can do now. You can start with just the red and the green. You can start with just the form that tastes best to you. And you know that you get those nutrients. It's not a diet. It's not a huge exercise regime because we know you can't out exercise a bad diet, and it's sustainable. Some say it reprograms our taste. Some say, just taking it resets our nervous system. So I think I said it. I've been a health coach for over a decade and thought I was doing good with what I called the 5 and 2 plan, 5 days of eating really good, 2, who cares? I think I went a little too hard in the 2 plus trauma, stress, some family stuff. And I found myself with stage 3 breast cancer 3 years ago. I just completed treatment. I'm off all drugs. So now I can try anything with pomegranate because I had a couple roadblocks. So I've been just taking the plant, the veggies and the fruit. Sorry, why did those? I need to put them in front of me. I need to have visuals for all my talks anymore. Because I was fighting side effects and some side effects needed certain pills. And I told the doctor, no, I'm going to use it and fight food with, these side effects. And some of them required me that I couldn't eat a lot of fruit and veggies because it made me feel worse. My digestion couldn't handle it. So I said, Melissa, a year ago, I'm 11 months in. At the end of the month, it's 1 year. And I started with just the fruit and veggies. 2 weeks later, my liver numbers were normal. Every couple months, things change. Everything's getting better. But yeah, you can take it in a gummy, like Ghada said at the beginning, for the kids. You can take it in a capsule. You can blend them up. You can do what you want, but they are vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, certified NSF. They're really, really good stuff. And now we also have that powder. That's not on this slide. So I'm just really excited for the nervous system reset that it gives me. It's the peace of mind.
Awesome. Thank you. And yeah, I didn't include the superfood tonight, but the superfood is the red, green, and purple, literally put in a drink mix that you can drop in your water bottle, same like that Luminate, and drink it. And for those of us who have taken it for a couple years, we really like the superfood. Some people, if they try it first, they're like, I'm not sure. All right, we're going to pass it down to Jen as soon as me and my mouse are having problems again. All right, Jenny.
It took a lot of willpower for me to keep quiet during all those conversations because wanted to keep like chirping. Rawia, I love your story and everything you were saying about the different products. So I am a mom of 2 and I'm a teacher. So I'm also a mom of 27 fourth graders. But I want to tell you that there was that time when my kids also got into those teenage years, like Aubrey was all, she's my younger one, and she was always taking the gummies, 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 gummies. Colby, I had to force him, and because this was their multivitamin, so it was not a choice. Like, this is what they were doing. This was the nutrition that they were taking, that I wanted them to have. But then as soon as Aubrey got older, she's like, no, I don't want to. What's it doing for me? I'll just take a vitamin. I'm like, no, we don't have vitamins anymore. These are in replace of your vitamins. So keep on your kids there, and because you know what's best for them. But just as someone said, I think it was Kelly, you can actually open up the capsules and put them in the shake. Like if you're
Yes,
just using a little mini blender, you can open it up and just put the powders in the shake, and then you're getting your Juice Plus and the shake all at once. And yes,
yes,
both of those will definitely be giving you that energy, because I know when I stayed consistent with taking the fruit, veggie, and berry, after I had been going next door to the teacher and getting an afternoon cup of coffee, I no longer needed that. Just that constant nutrition and that good energy, like everyone's talking about, carries you through the day. Um, this here, Luminate, is one of my favorite products. God, I did not know that that's what you were going to share first. That's awesome. So the first time I had Illuminate, I made this for my daughter when we were at dance competition, and we're going from like early in the morning to late at night. And she drank just a small part of the what I put it in a water bottle, and I drank the rest. Well, as Melissa will tell you, she drives everywhere when we go on vacation or when we go to Newark or when we go to Philly, because I don't like to drive. I'm like white knuckle like this and so tense and so stressed. So this particular time it was only Aubrey and I coming from Philly, at a dance competition, and we were in back neighborhoods, and I'm driving, and then I had had the Luminate in the afternoon, and all of a sudden we were in the thick of it in Philly, 5 lanes, and I was like, oh, look at me. I'm driving in Philly. No white knuckles. So that is like a huge win for me. So the Luminate is nootropics and adaptogens like lion's mane and ashwagandha, and it helps you with mental clarity, mental energy, focus, concentration, and absolutely elevates your mood. Like Ghada said, I don't use it every day. People may use it in replace of coffee. I definitely use it when I don't sleep good and I have to teach 27 fourth graders. It's a game changer, helps me get through the day, and there's never that fall. It's never like a spike of energy and then you crash down. Never a crash. It takes you through the entire day. And also, like the ladies were saying, if I want to get something done, I will bring out my list on a Saturday, have a little illuminate with breakfast, and I just go to town on my list of things to do, and it's awesome. And I don't know if anyone has tried it warm. I love it warm. I love it warm. It's like a berry tea. So try that.
I actually mix mine with a caffeine-free bag sometimes too.
Mm,
And don't forget, you wanted to share about Aubrey and her blood work.
yes. We're going to talk about the healthy starts.
Yep.
With any adult Juice Plus order of fruit and veggie or fruit, veggie, and berry, that adult can sponsor any child to receive the product from free from age 4 to 25. So my son just turned 24 and lives in South Carolina as a nurse, probably makes more money than I do, and he's getting his Juice Plus for free for 1 more year. And it's awesome. When I first heard about this product, as Melissa said, we had always eaten well, always had fruit and veggie at all our meals, but I knew I wanted this to help my kids get that extra nutrition and to increase their immunity. So when the year before we started Juice Plus, Aubrey was at the doctor's office for sick visits 7 times. It just happened to be we started Juice Plus the year after that. It's not because of her being at the doctor's. But after a year of being on Juice Plus, she only had one sick appointment the following year. And then it was 4 years later that she had her next sick appointment. So for 4 years, we had not been to the doctor for a sick appointment, which was amazing. Because also before we started Juice Plus, she was in the 25 percentile of height and weight. And over those years, she now is just maybe a smidge taller than I am, and she is at a perfect weight for her size. Um, we Aubrey is very active. As I said, she's in competitive dance. But one year when we went for the well visit, the doctor said that her cholesterol was just slightly raised, which is crazy because I feel like we eat healthy. She's on the Juice Plus and she literally exercises like 4 times, 5 times a week because of the dance and for hours at a time. So we changed some of the things like cut out ramen noodles. And we cut out regular ice cream. So we had um, low cholesterol ice cream and any processed meats and hoagies, things like that. And I also started her on the Omega. I started her on one capsule, and the next time we had blood work, um, her cholesterol levels went down, and then I put her on 2 capsules, which was could be appropriate for her age. And the next time we got her blood work, the doctor said she's all within the normal ranges. So I also use the shakes. I use all of the products, and I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to Karen to share just two more products, a little bit more about the shake, and then bring it home for us. And hopefully, she'll share her health journey with us too.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Super Biome, I was really excited when the company came out with this in September because I have over the years, as I'm sure most people, taken a probiotic off and on. I take it if I'm, oh gosh, I think I'm getting sick. Let me take a probiotic because, I think we all kind of knew gut health, like, ooh, my stomach. It wasn't just I had an upset stomach. Or if you're on antibiotics, everybody hears you're on antibiotics. Now, I haven't been on antibiotics in 22 years, but I'll tell that story in a minute. But just I'm a sugar person. That's my downfall. And so if I ate too much sugar or didn't eat right that day, I'm like, ooh, let me take a probiotic. And so when the company came out with this, between being on Juice Plus for 22 years and eating pretty healthy, I'm mostly plant-based and, eating a ton of veggies, which I will say, I want to clarify the 30 trying to get a variety of 30 plants each week, which is fruits, vegetables, the beans, spices, different things. So it makes it easier when you can add spices in there. But we still kids need 7 servings a day, women need 9 and 13. So I don't want people to think that it's 30 servings over the week. It's a variety of 30 different plants over the week. Anyway, um, I thought I ate pretty healthy. And so when they introduced this at conference, I laugh because I think I was the only one on the team that I was like, well, I'm going to take this now because we had a chance to like try it and then also buy the samples. And I was like, I've been doing this for 20, I'm going to be okay. And I wasn't running to the bathroom, so that was the good news, except my stomach was talking to me. It was like, and I was like, this is the first time ever in my life I have had any kind of, and I knew it was positive, right? Because my body's detoxing. My gut is like, ooh, what is this? It's almost like, thank you. And so I love that it is a two-part system because a lot of people take a probiotic, but what we're missing is the prebiotics. Now, Juice Plus, the fruits, the veggies, and the berries, can also be the prebiotic because the prebiotics are fiber from the plant. So that can be your prebiotic. But this is kind of an accelerated gut health product. So it's the prebiotic and the probiotic. And it is fantastic. I have a neighbor who has had gut issues for a long time, and she just kept getting sick. Your gut is responsible for everything. Okay, everything, inflammation, heart, gut skin access, gut, and your immune system, your brain, I mean, just everything. So she gets sick all the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, we just came out with this. Would you please try it? And then her husband, of course, because he had FOMO, got started, and they both are loving it and they're both taking it. So I'm super excited about that. The powder tastes like when you mix it with water, it tastes like a lemony tea, like a lemon flavored tea. So I love it. I mean, I've had, kids try it. It's awesome. And what I will say about the Juice Plus products, there actually is a lot of research. I know Melissa didn't talk about the research, but there is research with that microbiome research showing that it does increase the butyrates, which is the short chain fatty acids, and helps with the immune system and everything else. So both products do, just Super Biome helps faster if you need a accelerated gut health. The shakes, we kind of talked. I mean, I can't beat the testimonial in the beginning from the shakes. I drink a shake every single day. So I am that person that I go to the gym every single morning. I grab my Luminate out the door. I drink it so I can survive the class because I go to where I pay a lot of money for them to torture me. And I am better able to focus. I do notice a difference when I don't take, when I don't take the Luminate, but I come back and we need clean protein and we need fuel to refuel our, muscles, to help build the muscles, to help oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh Muscle growth, like
Replenish?
muscle
Oh,
growth, all of the, yeah, right. So, helping to replenish ourselves. And the Juice Plus shake does that. I am addicted to the chocolate and the peanut butter as like more of a snack. But when I come back home, I am adding in the vanilla with all different kinds of berries and a banana, and I throw in other things as well. And so it just is filling, and it also is helping with, satiate me, and also with all of the, fueling my body after a workout. And they are, hopefully you guys read the slide as I did this. I hate to read the slide. I like to talk instead, but it is NSF certified. It's vegan, it's gluten free. It is just clean. And if you were to turn over the label, you can buy majority of those products at the grocery store. It's filled with quinoa and sprouts and ancient grains and different things. It's amazing. What's next?
uh, just the end.
Oh, just
I
the
don't
end.
know if I should maybe stop sharing and you can tell your story.
Okay, we
Whatever
can
you,
do that.
okay.
Okay, so I will say that I was not as bright as some of the ladies on here, that I did not understand the power of nutrition. I did not understand the research, but what I did know is that I trusted my best friend. So this coming May, it'll be 22 years since I got started on Juice Plus. I found out I was pregnant with my first child. I'm adopted. My birth mother had allergies and asthma and several other health issues later on. My adoptive mom was a nurse. So, if you know anything about the medical field, what do they teach you? They teach you treatment, which there for sure is a place for treatment, right? If I break my ankle, don't go to the store and get me more fruits and vegetables. I need a doctor. But there's a lot of times where, gosh, we just need to fuel. We need to make lifestyle changes, and then we don't need that treatment. And so for years, for probably almost 30 years, I was on prescription. When I started to get all the allergies and the asthma, I went and got all the testing. And I was put on prescription allergy, prescription asthma, and allergy shots twice a week for years. And I still didn't feel good. I would go outside and play and have to come back in within a half an hour because I was allergic to grass, guys. I was allergic to everything except for pine trees. And so it was really tough. I used to have to sleep upright because I couldn't, breathe. And so, number one, I was always told it was genetic. There was nothing I can do. That's what the doctors always told me, right? Have you ever heard that? Like, oh gosh, somebody in your family had heart disease, be careful, or somebody had this. And while you might have the genes, your lifestyle is going to turn those genes off and on. So it doesn't mean that you're destined to have that. So when I got pregnant, I was not allowed to take my prescription medicines anymore. So it made me a little nervous. my best friend at the same time said, "Oh my gosh, you're pregnant. You need to start taking this, even if it's just during the pregnancy." She and her family had been taking it for 2.5 years. I still joke around. I get angry at her that it took her 2.5 years to tell me. And so I did because I trusted her. And by the end of that pregnancy, somebody asked me, how are you feeling with your asthma and your allergies and everything? And I went, oh my gosh, I haven't really needed anything. So this May, it's 22 years since I've been on any asthma, allergies. I have not taken an antibiotic, and I used to get ear infections a couple times a year. So, for people who sometimes I have a lot of customers, and I've been doing this as a business for 20 years. And so I have a lot of customers that have been on it for almost as long as that 20 years. And what I tell people is you start to feel better. People notice when they're not feeling well. But then when all of a sudden they start to feel good, sometimes they feel like maybe they don't need Juice Plus anymore. Juice Plus works at the cellular level. It works inside. So while you still may feel okay and maybe you're not getting as sick as often because Juice Plus helped to heal yourself on the inside, don't we want to focus on prevention for our whole life, right? It's not like my analogy is always like, going to the gym. You don't want to just join the gym for a month or two and then be like, thank God that's over. I mean, this is to me foundational. It's the whole, because I know I have days I eat right and other days I don't eat right. The second part of my story that I love to share is that, I mentioned it's genetic. So one of the things that was always in the back of my head was my kids. Oh my gosh, I got this from my birth mother and I'm going to pass this down to my kids. And my kids didn't. They have not had to take prescription asthma. They haven't had one allergy shot. So we can change the genes. We can change the DNA with good nutrition. And I had no idea. And I'm forever grateful that I did learn that. It's just, yeah, it's so powerful. So to me, the fruits, the veggies, and the berries and the omegas are foundational. It's like you know, not even. And so you have to find a way for your kids to take it. So my daughter loves the gummies, but they have to be refrigerated. She will not eat them if they're not refrigerated. I don't know, but I'm like, whatever. Take them then and refrigerate them, right? My son doesn't want gummies anymore. He wants capsules. So I will, however you want to take it, I will buy it or I will do it, right? So it doesn't really matter. So I love that my whole family's health has changed because of this. And so what we hope that you do, because we've talked about eating more fruits and vegetables, what we hope you do is trying to eat more fruits and vegetables every single week. If you've got kids, take them to the grocery store, buy a new fruit or a vegetable that week, look up new recipes, try and just start, incorporating more plants into your diet. There actually is, if you Google, there is a checkoff list for eating 30 different plants every single week. And so that's kind of a fun thing that you can actually print it out every single week. And especially if you have kids, check off, okay, how many of these did we do? But make sure you're eating that 7 to 13 every single day, right? So you can duplicate. It's not every single, one has got to be a different fruit or vegetable. That would be impossible. And if you're finding it difficult to do that every single day, like I do, because we're busy, kids are in sports, I'm out and I'm playing pickleball and I'm working Juice Plus and I'm going to the gym and I just am living life that sometimes, and I teach sourdough. So there are literally our days, guys, where I at nighttime I'm like, the only thing I had today was sourdough and smoothies. I didn't have one vegetable. And so I'm grateful for Juice Plus. So if you find it difficult that you're not getting enough fruits and vegetables every single day, add in the Juice Plus. If while we were talking, you were thinking about other people, oh my gosh, my neighbor, she has diabetes. Oh my gosh, I just thought of my other friend that she, was just diagnosed with cancer or she's a cancer survivor. Gosh, don't they deserve to know the nutrition of Juice Plus? Whether they get started or not, we don't know, but it's all about just sharing. And sometimes it's people's time. You might be ready now, or you might be ready in a month or in 6 months. But we hope that you do get started with Juice Plus. And if you want to share the power of Juice Plus, the power of nutrition, we would love to have you join our team as well, because we are always looking for our boots on the ground to spread the word about good nutrition.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Do you want me to stop the recording or keep it on for questions and answers?
Up to you. We usually stop it. We can stop it.
I think we're good. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we're good.